Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Keto in the Chaos. My name is Tammy, and on this channel, I like to share all my tips and tricks on how I lost 205 pounds without surgery and how you can be successful on your own weight loss journey. So if that's what you're looking for, don't forget to click the subscribe button and ring the bell for more videos like this one to inspire you to get started. All right, hello, welcome back. I'm so glad you came to check in on me on my week 8 update for my diet reverse. I know it has been kind of crazy the last 8 weeks, and some interesting developments have happened. I've had some hard times, I've had some weird times, and most recently I have kind of gone off the rails and decided not to be in ketosis anymore. So that was kind of a surprise to everyone, including myself, because I never ever in a million years dreamed that that would be a thing. But it is, and we're going to talk about that today. So if you are new, welcome, welcome. So glad to have you in the family. Don't forget to like the video and click the subscribe button so that you can hang out and be part of the gang. And I just will fill you in on the basics in case you're new so that you know exactly where I'm coming from. So like I said, my name is Tammy. I began my ketogenic journey on January 1st, 2017 at 374 pounds, desperate for a solution to my weight gain issues. Keto saved my life. It was given to me in a time of great and dire need, and it was exactly what I needed to be able to get control over my food issues and to be able to drop the weight. And drop it I did. I lost 100 pounds in 8 months, and then I lost 138 pounds in the first year. Hit Wonderland, 175 pounds lost in 18 months. Straight calorie restriction, straight extreme deficit. And did okay. I did fine. I didn't ever feel like I had a super hard time. I mean, obviously I went through a lot of emotional issues and a lot of challenges over the time. But food-wise, I always felt pretty great until about I hit Wonderland and I started to feel less happy on the amount of food that I was eating, and I took some diet breaks, and over the last couple of years I have gotten to 205 pounds lost. So that is where I was sitting 8 weeks ago. And I decided it was time for me to stop doing the cutting again and not be on a diet anymore. But last summer, I tried using keto and just raising my fats in order to raise my calories to stop losing weight. And that did not go well for me. I don't know what it was, but when I raised my fats up, I could not find I couldn't feel satiated. I felt like I was always just wanting more and more and more, and it triggered my binging disorder, and I just didn't feel like I was in control. I didn't feel happy. I felt like I wasn't getting enough food, even though I was eating way too much food. And anyway, I put on 20 pounds over that 9 months trying to figure that out, which is, it's not bad. I mean, considering what I would have gained going back to my full return to all the donuts and Coke like I used to consume on the daily, I think I did pretty well considering. So last summer, I decided I was going to do another cut, and I went back on my extreme deficit calories, used the same exact calories and macros that I had been using for since the beginning of my diet, and was able to lose that 20 pounds plus an extra 5, which put me at a grand total of 205 pounds lost. So now I'm trying to find a way to figure out what my maintenance is. And I decided to try a reverse diet in order to do so. If you don't know what a reverse diet is, the easy explanation is when you raise your calories up slowly to make your metabolism heal. Well, I don't have a metabolism issue. I actually had my metabolism tested right at the end of my cut with a KORR machine that monitors your oxygen going in and out, and it determined that my resting metabolic rate was 1,627 calories, which is on the high side of normal. So thankfully, with all of the cutting that I did, I took enough diet breaks that my metabolism was still killer awesome. And that's when I started really evaluating the fact that maybe it wasn't my metabolism that caused my being overweight to begin with. Maybe it was that I was eating too much food. So I'm trying to find a way in order to get myself more food without triggering my binging and eating disorder things to come back, because I feel like I'm getting a handle on them, but I'm not 100% sure I know what I'm doing. I don't even know what my maintenance calories are because I've never actually been able to stay the same weight. I need to find a way to stay within, a 5 to 10 pound range instead of a 20 pound range or 50 or 150 pound range, as the case has been in the past. So I began the reverse diet for a different reason than what most people do a reverse. Most people start at their maintenance level calories and then slowly eke their calories up in order to try and push their maintenance level higher. Me, I'm starting at the bargain basement, cutting calories and adding a little bit here and there to get my body used to the idea of eating more calories, feeling more satiated without actually feeling the urge to go crazy and binge on everything in sight. So far that has gone pretty well. I will say it's been harder than I thought. I feel like my body is fighting me on it a lot. I put on a lot of water weight for no reason at all. I've had a lot of emotional struggles. I've had to stop the reverse for a minute and then continue it on. And I finally feel like I'm heading in the right direction. So this week that just passed, I finally got to my resting metabolic rate calories. And I think that's part of the reason I'm starting to feel a little bit more positive, because I don't feel so calorie restricted at this point. Sometimes I can't add in everything that I want to eat in the day, but that's no longer making me feel put upon or sad or like frustrated. So it's just, I'll have it tomorrow. So it's kind of a mental thing. It's a mental shift is shifting, and I'm feeling so good. So I actually want to talk about my week 8. I've got my data, however you like to pronounce it, potato patata. But I have my data for week 8, and I wanted to talk a little bit about my calories and how I used carbs in my diet. So if you're new here, you may not realize that I, for the last 2 weeks, have decided to go out of ketosis and to see if adding carbs in will trigger a binge more than adding the fats did last year. And so far, the answer has been no. In fact, I feel like I'm doing better adding the carbs in than I did adding the fats last year. So that has made me really happy. I'm kind of chagrined though, because I know a million times I have said that I will never eat carbs again. So here I am eating my words literally as I am moving into the next step in my journey and discovering that I may be a carbivore again, which is just crazy. I have learned so much on my journey, and I have gained a lot of experience and a lot of abilities over my food control. And so far, adding the carbs has not been as scary as I imagined it would be at all. In fact, I think I've had an easier time adding the carbs in than I ever did trying to find all the fats to add into my diet. So I'm going to tell you my breakdown of what I did this week. The first week I did about 50 net carbs, and this week my average carbs was 62. So I raised my carbs up by 12 average for this week. My protein level, I've been really trying to eke it up because I really want it to be close to my ideal body weight, which is about 163. And so I really want to hit that number for protein, and I'm having a harder time hitting it. I've been able to hit it the last couple of days, so I think I may have finally found a way that helps me to get there. The numbers next week are going to look a little better, I think. But for now, my average protein for this week was 151, which was up 11, I believe, or 10 from last week. So I did good on getting my proteins and carbs up the amount that I planned. And then I let fats fill in the extra calories where I desired to. So some days I had more fats and some days I had less fats. My goal is to make sure that my fats plus carbs is less than my protein. And that is harder than you might think, guys. Harder than you might think. So that's what I was working on this week. So my fats for the week were 76, which is about what I was doing in the cutting phase of my diet. It's only 6 grams up from my cutting phase fats. So I feel like I did really great. So my calories for the week started out 2 high days. So I did 1699 and 1703 back on Saturday and Sunday. And then I have 1629, 1597, 1595, 1605, and 1603, which the average was 1633 for the week. My goal was 1627, which is my resting metabolic rate, and you can see I really came close to my goal. I wasn't as exact as I have been in weeks past. I've been kind of wiggling it a little bit, but I'm very happy with these numbers. I'm very excited that I was able to add that many carbs in without feeling hungry. I don't feel extra hungry. I don't feel bloated. I don't feel antsy. I don't feel like it's triggering cravings. In fact, I don't really enjoy them that much, to be completely honest. So far, I haven't found a carb that made me want to keep eating carbs. So I guess that's a good thing. I guess I've tried quite a few things, and so far I have not found anything that was really triggering yet. So that's good. So where am I going this week? What are my plans for this week? I have decided at this point that even though I have really up and down with my water weight, that I am going to make my judgments at this point, since I'm now at my resting metabolic rate. I'm going to make the judgment of whether or not I'm going to push up my calories each week based on how my weights did for the week, even if that means it was a water weight gain or a water weight whoosh. That's just going to be the way I am going to determine whether or not I'm going to do this going forward, because I need some sort of barometer of how I'm doing in order to decide if I'm done going up, because I really don't know the tippy top of where I can hit and maintain my current weight, which is my goal. I want to maintain between 160 something, anything, and 175. I really don't want to be above 175. So if I get above 175, that's going to be my clue to maybe stop for a week and just hold where I'm at. Because at this point, I'm to the point where I think I won't be uncomfortable holding where I'm at no matter where I'm at, because I'm pretty satisfied at my RMR. There was like I said, there were a few things that I kind of went, oh, I really want to have, blah, blah, blah. And we do have Halloween coming up, so I have to take that into account as well. All that to say, let's look at the weights for this week, and then I'll come back and talk about my average weight for the week and what my plans are for this week. So, as you can imagine, I was very happy with the scale this week. And you know what? I didn't have severe keto flu symptoms like I should have. I kept my Solé water at only 6 tablespoons every single day this week, which is 2 full tablespoons cut back from what I was doing when I was on keto. And I'm feeling really perfect. Really good. Do I still feel a little bit tired? Yes, I do, admittedly. Another thing I did this week is I eliminated my afternoon energy drink, because a lot of people wanted me to try that. And I just have to say, I don't necessarily feel any differently based on that. So I monitored my sleep pattern, because the idea of doing that was to see if it was interfering with my sleep pattern when I was falling asleep, how much I was staying awake during the night, how much tossing and turning I was doing. And according to my Fitbit, my numbers have not improved taking the energy drink out. So that's kind of disappointing, I guess, but also a relief, because honestly, during the week, this last week, I was able to do that because I was home, because it was fall break for all the kids. So I didn't have to be out of the dance studio. And honestly, the main reason I drink Bang is because I have to be at the dance studio. So for this week coming up, I am going to let myself decide each day if I want to take a Bang with me to the dance studio, because we do have to go back to the studio this week, much to my chagrin, because the COVID cases are out of control and I would frankly prefer to just stay home at this point, but I can't. So anyway, I'm going to be taking a Bang during the week when I go out to dance, so at least 4 days. And then the days on the weekend that I am home, I will not have one. So that's what I've decided to do, mostly just to save myself some money. And because when I'm at home, I can make myself an extra cup of Crio Brew or something to make me feel like I'm getting a treat, which I cannot do going to the dance studio. It doesn't really make sense. All that to say, I'm happy with the scale. Let's discuss those weights, shall we? You guys were probably like, that is what normally happens to me. Remember way back in the reverse when I told you this was normal, my weights always go up and then they go back down and then they didn't? That's what I'm used to. And the holding there and being up high, that is not what I'm used to. And so it was really scary and stressful there for a minute at 1,500 calories. My body did not like 1,500 calories, I'll tell you what. That, or I was just kind of done with keto and maybe it really likes having carbs. I don't think so. I think that literally it's just coincidence, because this is the week that I normally, in my womanly cycle, would drop weight. That's just what's happened to me. So I guess I just skipped a month because I was wigging myself out. But even changing to bringing the carbs in didn't make me retain any water, which is like awesome. Now, who knows what's going to happen next week? My cycle's all messed up. I'm a little late for my cycle. I'm actually late for my cycle right now, and my weight is way down, which is like weird, but it's a thing. Anyway, so average. The average, I averaged out all of those. So the lowest one I got was today, which was 171.2. What? And 173 was my average weight for the week, which is 2.4 pounds down from last week's average, which that is so awesome. Needless to say, I'm very happy with that. Now, the weird thing is, when I had the water weight gain, I also gained some inches. And over the time, I have brought those inches back to where they were. I know I talked about last week that my inches were exactly the same last week as they were at the beginning of the reverse, which is awesome. So even though the scale was up, my inches had gotten back to normal. Well, today, my friends, I lost another half an inch around my waist and another half an inch around my hips. My waist is now 27 freaking inches. What? And my hips are 37 and a half. Like, it's insane. It's insane. I cannot even believe it. So obviously, even though I have continued to push my calories up, I am still in a deficit and I am still losing body fat, or at least I was leading up until this point. So I have not yet reached my maintenance calories, which is what I am trying to determine what they are. I am guessing they will be somewhere between 1,800 and 2,200 calories in that 400 calorie range. So I am going to head and I am pushing up my calories this week to, my plan is to go up to 1677-ish. So between 1677 and 1680 is my goal for the week. So today and tomorrow I will be doing 1,800 calories. Weird. It's so awesome. 1,800 calories. Feels like a party. Anyway, today and tomorrow, 1,800 calories. And then the rest of the week will be my resting metabolic rate calories of 1627. Next week, I will do that probably again, depending on what happens with my weight. If it goes up this week, I'll probably just stay the same. But Halloween is coming up, and I do want to have some treats and things. We're having a party tomorrow, too. So, like, we do have some parties coming up, luckily, on the weekends. And so I'm trying to wiggle my calories around to make them fit so that I don't push up too quickly like I did a few weeks back where I did the refeed, and it messed up my cycle of going up. I didn't realize it would do that because I wasn't thinking about the average calories. I was just thinking about being hungry. That was the honest truth. So I've not ever, I want to say, cheated on my diet since the beginning of time, since the beginning of my journey on January 1st, 2017. I have never purposely eaten anything that I did not choose to eat. I definitely overate a lot last year on fats, but I chose to eat them thinking that I would figure out what my maintenance calories were. So that was the closest I came to any kind of cheat on my diet. This year, I'm being even more careful because I really need to be scientific about this so that I can figure out what my maintenance is. Because if I can figure out what my maintenance is, then I can decide if I want to do a true reverse diet where I push the calories up even more. Or I can just hang out there and hopefully stay within a 5 to 10 pound range until next summer and then cut again at a higher level of calories and have even more success because I have not yet reached my ideal body weight at this point. My ideal body weight would be about 27% body fat, but it's hard to tell when you have so much loose skin what that would be. So I have this nebulous number of 163 in my head, but it might even be lower than that. I do not know. But at this point, I am not in any hurry to get that done. At the beginning of my journey, I was in a hurry. I was literally going to die. I was on death's door. I was 374 pounds. I could barely walk up the stairs. I could hardly get out of the bathtub. I was worried all the time. I was sad all the time, and I was eating constantly. At this point, I am so comfortable where I am. So it could take a long time and I would be happy. I'm never going to be probably one of those people who's trying to have a muscle mass gain. I don't know. I mean, speak of the devil, who knows? I mean, I said I'd never eat a carb again, and here I'm eating potatoes and things. So go figure. I can't say I won't ever be that way, but I don't foresee that being my life's mission At least not until my kids are a bit older, because I'm so overwhelmed with homeschooling them and raising up 9 children that, it's a miracle I can even figure out what I'm going to eat in the day, let alone how much exercise I'm going to do. And speaking of exercise, I have no exercise videos for you guys today. Wah, wah, wah. I know, you're so disappointed. It's not that I didn't do exercise. I did do some lifting, but I didn't do the chicken feed thing because my chicken feed is empty, and I ended up having to lift the dog food in the kitchen, and I didn't film it. And the dog food was only 15 pounds, and the chicken feed is probably heavier than that, so it didn't really feel like anything. I did some tricep dips in the tub, so obviously I didn't record that because that would have been awkward. And I did do some a little bit of Fitbit type aerobic type things in my room. I didn't really film it. I was just trying to get my Fitbit count up. Speaking of which, I'm in a weekend warrior thing with Sarah, and she's about 7,000 steps ahead of me already today. 7,000. Yeah, I don't think I'm a Fitbit girl. I'm a lazy slug. Anyway, sorry guys. Sorry, Sarah. I don't mean to be not that fun to compete with, but yeah, apparently I'm not that fun to compete with. So yeah, anyway, that's where I'm at right now, you guys. I am happy. I'm feeling okay. I'm pleased with what I'm going to be doing. I will probably be I'm putting my proteins up because my goal is to hit 170 protein, so that maybe my average will be about 160 this week. And I have finally figured out a way to do that. Wait till you see it. It's really yummy. So I'm trying to hit that 170 protein, and then I will raise my carbs up a little bit if I feel like it. It's hard to. A lot of the carby foods are just not that exciting to me, and I kind of feel like I'm forcing myself to eat them. I've never been a fruits kind of girl, and right now fruits are really not in season. I had pears this morning, and it was tasty, but it wasn't just like, pears. Honestly, I'd rather eat a second Built Bar. It's not my thing. I am obviously a candy and cookies kind of girl, and eating the keto cookies is definitely what I would prefer to be doing. So yeah, I probably tend toward the corn tortillas and gluten-free bread more than the veggies and potatoes and fruit, just because it's a little bit more satisfying. But yeah, trying to find more carbs that aren't danger carbs is getting tricky. I definitely don't want to eat some Halloween candy this next weekend or anything. I do have some candy that I will be having, but it won't be Halloween candy, obviously. So, and while I've got you here, I just thought I ought to mention, since this video is coming out, I think on the 25th, that in a couple of days, Built Bar is putting out their, the little bites. Do you guys remember those? They're almost like Halloween candy bites. I don't think they'll be here in time for Halloween. They should have done that a little sooner, don't you think? But you can get a bag of them, and you get the little bites. My favorite ones are the fruit ones, but oh my gosh, I haven't found really any that I couldn't eat, that were disgusting. But I really love the texture. And if you don't love the texture, you won't like the Built Bar. But I just thought I would mention that because I'm going to be putting up information about that on my channel soon. And I have a code that works all the time. You can use it anytime you want to buy a Built product. And it's just Keto Chaos. Super easy, and you'll get 10% off your order. So yeah, you should do that. And I get a little commission. So thank you for that. And I have a few other commission-y type things in the About section below if you want to check those out. And also a Patreon and a PayPal and my Amazon wish list. If you just want to send me a gifty, I will shout you out on the channel and say thank you. And speaking of which, I did receive a couple of gifties this week. And so I'm going to go ahead and show those to you right now. Well, guys, it is Wednesday afternoon. I went downstairs to make my food and had just a bad feeling. I went out into the yard and I discovered that Chicken Bone has left this world. He looked very peaceful. He did not look like the dogs attacked him or a hawk attacked him or anything. He just looked like he had gone to sleep and not woken up. So I guess we can be grateful for the fact that he went easily. I just don't know why he went, and that's the hardest thing about chickens. And so yeah, I went down to get my food and ended up dealing with all of that and the emotions, and Guys, it's as if the universe knew that I was gonna have a bad day, because look what I have in my hot little hand. I got a gifty. Look how cute. This one came to my post office box, so I have a post office box. And look what it says. You're going to fall in love with this. I can't wait. Something cute. Ooh, okay. It says, take some time to yourself. You deserve it. And we all need pampering and self-love from someone who is also reversing and loves your realism. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, man. Oh, man. I can't open it. Dave, you want to help me? On this side over here? The tape. There's tape. He has knives. Oh, yeah, I'm not very smart. Yeah, gotta love him. Ooh, nice. Definitely has a bath bomb. Pumpkin bath bomb. Aw, cute! Is it a soap? I think it's a soap. A little pumpkin soap. And, ooh, this looks like maybe lotion. What is this? Whipped body scrub. Even better. Oh, thank you so much to my secret admirer. I appreciate it so much. I love it. Thank you. Okay, and Dave just told me there's another one here. What? Yep, another one. So, you're gonna see what it is. I didn't order anything, so I don't think it can be anything from me. Is there a gift receipt? Oh, there is. So it's a gift. It's a gift. I'm excited. Okay. It says, hi, I'm Ocean Mod 7 on both Instagram and YouTube. Subscriber from the beginning. Sorry you got negative comments. You're wonderful and shine your light all the way to New York City. Enjoy your... Oh, yay! I'm going to show you what it is. I know what it is now. Oh, I'm so excited. I was really, really hoping for this one. I'm so excited. Oh, it's huge! That is awesome. Isn't that so cute? Work hard, stay focused. Let's see. And surround yourself with good people and a big cup of coffee. But mine, you know, will be Crio Bru. But on the other side it says, dream big. Thank you so much, Ocean Mod. I'll have to message you. Oh, it's Maureen. Maureen O'Donnell. Thank you so much, Maureen. So thank you so much to my secret admirer, who I know who it is. I don't think she wanted me to say, or she would have said her name, I think, on the card, but thank you. And to Ocean Mod Maureen for the awesome huge mug. Like, it is gigantic. It's like 28 ounces. I can have the hugest Crio Bru, and it's so nice. It's so nice because I'm using the same amount of grounds and the same amount of sweetener and stuff, and I'm getting more drink. So you're making me drink more water. Good job. I don't drink a lot of water. So I drink 64 ounces a day, apparently, because I've been tracking it on the Fitbit, and that's exactly what I drink. Go figure. And it doesn't count my diet soda, so I guess maybe I drink more than that, because I do drink my diet soda too. Anyway, you guys don't care about that. So, and I've kept you here way too long. I'm sorry these videos are always so long. I don't know how to break them up and to make them a little less overwhelming. The daily vlogs were even long, so I don't know. I'm sorry. Our little fluffy white rooster, Chicken Bone, passed away this week. We do not know why. He was fat and happy, finally growing in all his feathers, looked healthier than ever before, and then he just passed away, and we don't know why. So we had a little funeral for him, and we're way behind on hide and seek, but eventually that will come out on our channel. We had a little funeral. If you guys say you're sorry about Chicken Bone, then I'll know you made it to the end of this video and that you love me more than everybody else. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching this video. We'll talk to you all again soon.